Now that we have the frame out, let's take a look at some of the electronic components. Here is the main PCB or circuit board of the joystick. As you can see, it's hard to see on a standard def camera, but if you were to observe the circuit board, all the connections are labeled, which means, if you were to pull a ribbon cable, you know exactly where it's going to go. But this side isn't really that interesting, so let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. You can do that by removing these 4 screws here. And you might notice a difference between what I have and what you will see in your version. What's missing is the red gunk on top of the screws. I went ahead and removed that beforehand just to make this process a little quicker. And you will need a Phillips screwdriver for this. That's the forehead or 4-prong, or the star as some non-technical people may call it. Grab your screws, throw them into your container, and this flips over. I don't know if you can see it, a little hard. Let me try to bring it up a little closer to the camera. What you will see on the other side of the circuit board are a ton of surface mount components. You have the chip here under this black epoxy, a bunch of capacitors and resistors, but you're not really interested in that. What you will be interested in are the side solder points here. Everything is labeled. You have your directions, your turbo, your buttons. So anyone looking to do a system mod, this is the side you'd be interested in. Everything else you don't have to worry about. It's nothing of utter importance. And you'll probably also be interested in these 5 points here. This is the USB connection. You're gonna have to use that later on when you do your dual system mod. The next thing I want to look at is this Catz's version of a terminal block. A traditional terminal block uses screws and wires to create connections, but this one is quite interesting. It uses tabs instead, so you can use 0.110 quick disconnects. You notice there's 2 rows. One row, or should I say the top row, is the ground, and the bottom row are all the signals for the buttons. And as you obviously seen, these go to the buttons on the control panel, and we have 2 sets of, or 2 pairs of wires that go to the start and select, or back for you 360 users. Well, let's take a look underneath this terminal block. Might be in for a surprise here. Take your screws, put them in your container. Let's not lose them. So underneath, you'll see it's a actual circuit board, a very simple one with no components, just a bunch of solder points. These big ones here are for the tabs that you see here, and these 2 sets of solder points are the ribbon connectors. These 2 ribbon cables connect to the main circuit board right here. So it's very easy to remove if you need to do a maintenance on this board. Just take it out and later on replace it back.